Hello everyone, welcome back to our channel, which name is Antex Pro. Here under this playlist guys, we are going to cover interview scenarios and business problems and their solutions. In the last tutorial guys, we have studied how we can create dynamic progress bar chart. I hope you guys are clear with this topic. And in today's tutorial guys, we will discuss one more interesting topic, which name is dynamic slicer panel. So guys, we have list of slicers when we are dealing with large data set, or there we need to filter many things. So you can't place all the filters on the dashboard. So in that scenario guys, what you guys can do, you can create a slicer panel, and under that slicer panel guys, you can place all the slicer visuals, and you can simply hide or unhide with the help of bookmark and buttons. So let's learn, if you are dealing with the large data set with large report, so how we can create this dynamic slicer panel in Power BI. So let's begin our class with intro. So here we guys have entered in Power BI desktop screen. And here you guys can see we have already created a slicer panel with lot of slicers. So if you guys wants to close this, so what you guys can do, simply click this cross button with control click, and you guys can see all the slicer has gone out. And if you guys wants to see the slicer panel guys, so let's click this filter button. So in this way guys, you can place all the slicer into single panel. And this dynamic slicer panel is designed to optimize space utilization in your dashboard. So let's learn guys how I have created this requirement. So firstly guys, let me click here on this new page. And now guys, let's go back to this slicer panel page. So let me copy all the slicer visuals from here with control click. So let me select all the slicer together with control click. And now let me copy this visual guys and paste it here into the new page. And this sync slicer and don't sync slicer guys, I have already explained in the Power BI full course playlist. So I am expecting guys, you guys are already aware about this sync and don't sync slicer. So let me simply click sync. So here guys, we have taken lot of slicer from this sales table like country, product, states, region, order date and gender. So you guys can also change the formatting as per your requirement. So I have already formatted all the slices from here. And now guys, if you want to place any image from the outside, so what you can do, simply go to the Google browser, and here you can simply write filter icons. So here you guys can see the list of filter icons. So you can simply select the icon from here and do right click and save as image. So in this way, you can download any of the icon from Google. And let's suppose guys, if you want any cross icon, so in the similar way guys, you can also download any cross icon from here. And now guys, let's go back to the Power BI desktop screen. So firstly, let me import this image here. So I'll simply click here on this insert tab. And here I can select image. So I'll select this image, and this is the image guys which I want here in the Power BI as a filter icon. So let me select this image and click on open. So this is the image guys which I want to place it here. You can resize it accordingly. And I also want one more image which is cross sign. So again I will click here on this image icon and simply select my second image which is cross image. And now let me place this image here. So I want to set up all the slicer into panel. So let's create background panel. So this time guys, I will use this shape image icon. So let me simply click this shape. And here you guys can see there are a lot of shapes are here. So let me select this rounded rectangle. And now let me place this image here and resize it accordingly. So by default, this shape color is blue. So let's do some formatting here under this formatting pane. And firstly, let's simply click here under this style button. So here you guys can see the by default color is blue. So I don't want this color, so let me turn it off. And if you want any other coloring guys, so simply you can choose any of the color from here. But this time I don't want any coloring here. So let me turn off this toggle button of fill. And I also don't want these borders. So let me simply turn off these borders from here. And now guys, simply go to this general setting. And let me simply enable this effect. So I want to add some background here. So let me simply enable this toggle button of background. Here we guys can see this time the by default background is white. If you want to change any background color from here, so you guys can select any of the background from here. But I want this background as white. And now let me increase little bit transparency of this background. And now simply let's do some more formatting here. I want visual borders. So let me turn on this visual border from here. So let me expand this feature guys. And I want more rounded corners. And I also want to turn on this shadow. So here you guys can see the black color shadow is here. So let me take this light orange shadow. So you guys can design this panel as per your requirement. So this time guys you can clearly see my all the slicers are behind from this image visual. So what I will do guys, I will simply go here under this format tab and simply select this stand backward option and choose this stand to back. And now you guys can see if you click outside, so your image is set up in the background and all the slicer you can see in the front. So in this way you can design your panel. And if you want to take more visual here or more slicers, so definitely you guys can set a panel accordingly. Suppose I want to add one more button here which helps to clear all the selection. So what I will do guys, I will simply go under this insert tab and here we have the option buttons. So let me take this clear all slicer button and this button let me place it here under this panel. So let me do some formatting of this button. I'll simply go here under the style tab and let me change the font style first and also increase the font size. And here I'll take the color, let's say blue, which is in the bold and italic. And I don't want any background here of this button. So let's do some more formatting. So I'll simply click this shape button and make this rounded corners. So in this way guys, you can add this clear all slicer button and you can also rename this text. So what you need to do guys, simply select this style and here you can rename your text. Let's say clear. And now guys, let me explain why I have created this button. So let's suppose guys, if I select multiple slicer from control click. So this time we have a multiple slicer selection guys. You can clearly see it here. If you click on this clear button guys, so now you guys can see your all the selection has clear of all the slicers. So that's why guys, I have used this clear all slicers. And now guys, what we need to do, we need to group all the visuals together. So let me select all the visual with control click. So here I am selecting all the visuals, including this icon with this clear slicer button. And simply do right click here guys and group all the visuals. So here we guys can see it become a group. And this group guys, I will also combine with this panel. So let me also select this panel from the background, which is white background image. And now let me group with this group of visuals. And now we can see guys, we have grouped background image plus all the visuals. So basically guys, we have created this customized panel in Power BI. So currently guys, these buttons are not functioning. So let's proceed to create a bookmark and observe guys how these buttons become operational. So firstly you need to go here under this view tab and here you guys can see the option of bookmarks. So the moment you click on this option guys, so this bookmark pane is enabled here. But I have already clicked on this icon so you guys can see this pane. And now let me create two bookmarks. So simply click on this add button and simply you can rename your bookmark as per your requirement. So my first bookmark name would be let's say filter, which I sync with this filter button. And now I will create one more bookmark which I will sync with this close button. So let me again click on this add button and let me rename this bookmark name as close. So firstly guys, now let me select this filter button. And now we need to enable one more pane which name is selection. So here we can see we have created group 2. So if you also want to rename this group 2 guys, so let's rename this group 2 as slicer panel. And if I expand this slicer panel guys, you guys can see the list of buttons, slicer and image because we have grouped here under this slicer panel. If I hide this slicer panel guys, so you guys can see your all the visual has hidden. So if you guys want to see the slicer panel, so you need to unhide this visual. So for this filter button guys, my requirement is that I want to display this slicer panel. So I will not hide any of the visual from this slicer panel. So let me simply update this filter button. Similar way guys, let's go to this second bookmark which is close button. And now let me select this close button first. So with the help of this close button guys, I want to hide all the slicer panel. So what I will do guys, I will simply click this I button to hide entire pane for this close bookmark. And now let me update. So guys, and now we need to perform one more and the last step, which is I need to sync up both the buttons with bookmark. So what I will do guys, let me simply select this filter button. And now let me close both the pane. So let me simply uncheck selection pane and bookmark. And now let me simply select this filter button and go to this formatting and turn on this action button and simply enable this guys. And here you can choose the type here bookmark. So this filter button guys, I will sync with this filter. And now guys, if I click on this filter button, so I can see my slicer panel. But if I click on this close button guys, so here you guys can see I'm not able to close this slicer panel because guys, I have not synced this button with bookmark. So you need to follow the same. Simply select this close button and again turn on this action and simply need to select the type here bookmark and I will sync up this close bookmark. And now guys, if I click on this close button, so here we guys can see the slicer panel has hidden. So in this way you can create more dynamic slicer panel with the help of various images, various slicers and bookmarks. I hope you guys are clear with this requirement. So for such kind of detailed learning guys, stay connect with us and kindly support this channel. And those who are new to this channel, kindly hit the like, share and subscribe. And don't forget to press this bell icon guys, else you will miss an update. And those who wants to learn Power BI or SQL from scratch, so you guys can follow this free YouTube channel which name is Analytics Pro. And if you scroll it down guys, so here you guys can see we have a full course Power BI playlist where I have explained each and every concept about Power BI in detail. And if you click here on this playlist button guys, so you guys will get to see multiple playlists are here. This is the Power BI full course playlist and these are the advanced concepts of Power BI where you guys can take the knowledge of advanced concepts of Power BI. And we have this Power BI with SQL playlist where you guys can learn all the concepts of SQL from scratch. So you guys can start your SQL journey with this free YouTube channel. And along with that guys, we have this visualization playlist and we have this DAX expression playlist where we have covered most of the DAX functions from scratch which are majorly used in your projects. And here under this playlist, I am also trying to cover all the differences of DAX functions which is majorly asked in an interviews. And very soon guys, I will add some more playlists so that you guys can take better understanding of the analytical skills. And for the job seekers guys, we have this free Telegram group where I'm keep posting latest Power BI jobs opening as well as you will also find some latest interview question and answers which recently asked by an interviewer. So you don't need to pay anything to anyone. But those who are looking only live sessions, so we guys also conduct live training and sessions where we prepare candidates from scratch till intermediate level with some scenarios, real-time projects, assignments, notes and so on. And we also provide placement assistance with the help of WhatsApp group where you will get to see some HR emails, contact number and so on. And you guys can also follow us on Insta as well as Facebook. So all the links I will share under the description box. You guys can follow us there. So for free learners guys, you guys can follow this Analytics Pro, and for the live training and sessions, you guys can connect me any of the platform. Thank you so much guys for your more love and support. Keep learning and keep growing. Thank you so much.